3. Considering the last haraka, waqf is of 3 types. Al-waqf bil-iskan, to make waqf with a sakin. I always say this is just a nice name to use for our normal stopping at the end of the verses. Iskan means to make sakin. So al-waqf bil-iskan is to stop making stop making the last letter sakin. So whether the last letter has a fatha, a dhamma, or a kasra, it will be given a sukun during waqf. So your normal stops, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. So if you want to sound fancy, if you want to have a good terminology for this stop, it is waqf bil iskan, the waqf with sukun. Waqf bil rawm, to make waqf with a rawm. So this is something which we not normally familiar with. However, it is permissible. This is to make waqf on the last letter of the word, reading the haraka partially. It is only allowed on a dhamma and a kasra. So he reads, for example, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. So I don't know if you can hear on the recording, but I read the dhamma I read it partially. So you read the ha on the dhamma, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Nu, you're not going to say nu fully, but very slight. So إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. So very partially, he reads the dhamma. That's only allowed on a dhamma and a kasra. So he reads Malik Yawmiddin. He doesn't say ni, but he say Malik Yawmiddin. So on the deen, the word the noon on the Yawmiddin, I read the kasra on the noon very slightly and partially. So this is allowed. And I can remember our teachers say this is sometimes those people who read like this, the teachers let them read like this so that they know, that the students know the correct haraka. So in case he wants to carry on, he knows how to carry on to the next verse, which case ending to use. Number 3, waqf bil ishmam, to make waqf with ishmam. What is this? This is to make waqf on the last letter of the word by indicating towards the haraka with the lips. It is only allowed on a dhamma. So this would be a more practical example. If you can't see it because it is just a movement of the lips on the dhamma. So if you read إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ, he is going to read like normal, but he will push his lips forward, indicating a dhamma. Moving on to the last and final section of the book, and that is sakt. Now sakt, it literally means, if we go back, it means silence. Technically, it means to stop the sound whilst reciting without breaking the breath. So when a person wants to articulate, he wants to make a sound or speech, he needs air and he needs sound. And a person cannot articulate with only one of those things. He needs to articulate, he needs both of these factors. He needs sound, there needs to be flow of air. So at sakt, we are stopping one of them, and that is the sound without terminating the breath. So sakt is found in the narration of Hafs in 4 places. The first one would be in Surah Mutaffifin, Kalla bal rana. So how would we read it? We would pause the sound. We will cut off the sound, but we will not terminate the breath. Otherwise, that would be waqf. We will renew your breath. Here, you will not renew your breath. You will just stop the sound, terminate the sound while maintaining the breath. Kalla bal rana. Similarly, in Surah Qiyamah, وَقِيلَ مَنْ رَاقٍ. And Surah Yasin, مَرْقَدِنَا هَذَا. And the last one, Surah Al-Kahf, Aywaja Qayyima. So in this one, in Surah Al-Kahf, that is obviously when making, when a person is joining or continuing the verse, then only this sakt will apply. However, if you just start stopping on the word Aywaja and then carrying on like normal Qayyima, then that will be Waqf. But if he's carrying through the verse, then the sakt would apply. Aywaja Qayyima. And with that, we'll conclude our lessons on the first part of the Murshid al-Qari series. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant myself and whoever benefits from this recording, inshallah, Allah grants us tawfiq to implement, and may this be a means of us improving our recitation of the Quran for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to perfect the recitation of His perfect speech. With that we conclude. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assistance. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
وإذ قال إبراهام رب اجعل هذا بلدا